So the first thing that we do with every sales call, and we've all heard it with all of the textbooks, we start with rapport. And we don't do that just by saying, how's the weather? We have some very specific ways of building rapport that we teach. We also qualify the lead. We want to make sure that our time is super valuable too. We don't want to be wasting time if the lead isn't good, if they're not qualified, if they're not serious. You'll hear Lindsay do that. And then we also always assume the bundle. Listen for that. We always assume that we're going to quote both of their policies. And one of the most important pieces is what we call the other than price conversation. We get right out there at the very beginning of every quote and ask the customer, other than price, what's most important to you when choosing your insurance? And your favorite, I'll let you take that one.
Well, Lindsay's unveiling her new personal brand today. So personal brand, just talk a little bit about yourself to, tell people what's unique about you or how you work with them. And that really helps build that trust from the very beginning, so that we can start opening up the conversation. We always start with discounts. And really, we're just going over the type of policy and discounts that they can opt in for. And then once we've gone over those, we recap with giving them the percentage that they're saving.
Yeah, and a lot of times when people see that, you guys say you don't talk price, you don't sell on price. Why are you starting with discounts? We do that very specifically. And it is absolutely not to turn it into a price conversation. The whole point when you're talking to a prospect or a customer is to get them to like you, to get them to want to continue the conversation with you. What better way than leading with, I'm just on your side, let's see what we can do, and give them something. They do that, they're just going to be more engaged and willing to continue along the conversation with you.
And then next we ask for assets, and we're just trying to get a lump sum because that's what we're trying to protect. So you hear Lindsay do that. We go through the coverage conversation, and this is when Jeremy was talking about going out and listening to, how he was talking to his customers. We created something we call RDCR, which is a collaborative conversation that we use on the inside when we're talking to reviewing customers. And then we also use it on the outside. We're going to do a review of what their policies are and not just match their coverage. And so you'll hear her have that conversation, and then you'll see. So this is the RDCR. R is rapport, D is discounts, C is coverage, and R is recap. So we just recap, we summarize, and we highlight anything significant that we've talked to them about.
And we do that just to make sure we're still on the same page with them. Just to recap, here are the things we talked about. Does all of that make sense to you? Make sure you're on the same page with them. One of our favorites is the 3 Yes close that we have a training on that has truly changed Lindsay's results. She is amazing at this. You'll hear it today. We always ask these 3 questions because we believe, and we've seen in our results, 3 yeses, if you can get those at the end of the call, likely are going to lead to a 4th yes when we ask for money.
And then the 3 Yes close just ramps you right into asking the closing questions, and still, recapping that collaborative conversation that we've had with our DCR. And then we'll ask for recommendations by just ramping into it. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you today, ...